Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody has had a great week. It's definitely been an exciting week for us at Rick Wallace Enterprises. So much going on, so excited, so much work to do. But I'd rather be in a situation where there's so much work to do and so many challenges that lead to so many great rewards than to be in a situation where there's nothing to be done because there's no vision on the table. So I'm walking and working and pushing and stressing and putting and doing all I do in my vision, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Before I get started, today is Focus Friday, and we are going to talk specifically about focusing on the principles and practices, habits and behaviors that lead to success. Success leaves clues. Success is the result of patterns. There are patterns to success in the same way that there are patterns to failure and habits that lead to failure. And so I want to talk to you today about 10 habits and practices and principles of success that need to be a part of your daily life. Before I do, I want to point you to the description box, the post box, real briefly. Look, you've been hearing me talk about this new 6-month personalized success and growth plan. It's something I designed, a system that takes the answers to 20 questions, your personality assessment, your DISC assessment, and allows us to create a personalized plan specifically to you, your strengths, observing your weaknesses, observing your personality, observing your desires and your goals, your past, your history, your concerns, all these things, and create a 6-month plan. I always say if you're not planning to succeed, you have planned to fail. And we're offering this. That plan is, believe it or not, only $99. Yes, it costs more to actually do this for you than you are actually paying, but that's my investment in long term preparing people to be better. I'm hoping that at some point you get this done and you come back and see me. But what I want you to do is start winning. Um, that's important to me, is building an entire culture of winners, and it starts with being invested in yourself and prioritizing. We're going to get into some of those things when I talk about the principles, but the big thing today is the 7-day online business launch course. This course is literally the blueprint that I've used for over 13 plus years to build multiple entities online that generate the revenue, and is the way that I support my lifestyle and provide for my family. So I'm teaching you how to do it, because you're going to have to know moving forward. It's going to become increasingly prevalent to know how to do this. This is going to stop being, well, it's a nice thing, or I want to do it too. Man, this is how I'm getting it now, because the economy is changing. The workforce is changing. This is an opportunity to do this. But this $599 course is not all you're going to get if you register today. You're going to get the Mind Unleashed course, another $599 course free. You're going to get the 18-month Path to Generational Wealth course, which is a $2,600 course, an 18-month comprehensive course on wealth building, A to Z on wealth building, free. You're going to get the personalized 6-month plan that I just talked about, a $99 value, free. And finally, you're going to get 2 intensive transformational sessions with yours truly, valued at $500 each. So that's $1,000 value, free, for signing up. But that only is for today. It ends today, 11:59 p.m. 11:59 p.m. today. So if you're serious about changing your life, this is a great place to start. So let's talk about focus. It's Focus Friday. Let's talk about focus. I'm gonna go through these 10 fast because I actually have a meeting at the top of the hour. So I got a little over maybe 20 minutes. So from now so I can get off. I've already prepared for the meeting, so I just need to get ready and set up. So look, first thing is clear goals. Set clear, specific goals that can be observed, that can be measured, that are easy to see. One of the biggest issues that I see with people who are saying they want something is the ambiguity in the lack of clarity and lucidity in what they say they want. When you ask them to define it, when you ask them to give you an image, when you ask them to look into themselves and say, "Hey, what is it exactly that you're striving for?" They have trouble with it because they have not created a clear vision, a clear goals. The clearer the vision, the better the chance you're going to achieve it and you're going to actually accomplish what you set out to do. Prioritization. If you're like me and anybody that's actually trying to do anything of significance, you've got more tasks than you've got time. So then what do? You have to prioritize your task. And one of the things that prioritizing your task does is it gets you from that thing. I see so many people do this. They have this long list of tasks, right? So they start doing the easy ones first. Why? Because it resembles accomplishment. Because every time I do something, I get to check it off, right? Whether it's on an electronical board like mine, or you got it written down on your daily planner and you're marking it off. Every time you mark something off, you feel good. The problem is when you're doing those small tasks that are easy to do, the ones that really need to get done, the ones that are going to make the difference in how your day goes, your week goes, your month goes, or even your year, are the ones that you're leaving undone, and they're getting pushed to the next day, and they're starting to pile up, and you're becoming overwhelmed. Why? Because the heftier things that have the more gravity aren't being handled. Prioritize. What I do is I prioritize the top 3 things that have to get done today. I move them to the categories: the things that have to get done, the things that I really need to get done, and the things that I want to get done. The have tos are going to get taken care of. That's the first thing. Put them in a category. Have tos are going to get taken care of. Then I'm down to the things that need to get taken care of, if at all possible. Then I go to the things I want to take care of. And I may do it as a sense of rewarding myself every day, do something I want to do at the end of getting this stuff that has to be done. Now, I'm built in the way my mind works is no matter what it is, if it's working for my betterment, I want to do it. But the things I'm talking about, I want to do those things that you get excited about, that's fun or whatever, like me hanging out with the guys at the cigar shop. Well, I'm not going to be there first thing in the morning, even though some guys are up there early. I'm not going to be up there. I'm going to be at the end of the day after I've done everything I can and I've exhausted myself. And I'm going to talk about understanding when it's time to end your day. One of the things I did is I almost killed myself just overworking myself, because it's easy to get caught up in the pride of the grind. The people that brag about being up at 4 o'clock and working at 12 o'clock, the problem is that sounds good. And that may be a time and a stretch in your life where you really actually need to do that. But trying to do that over the course of your life will kill you. And it'll rob you of the capacity and ability and time to enjoy all the things that you're creating in that hustle. You've got to learn how to create balance in your life in order to create health in your life. But anyway, prioritize it. Then deep work. Deep work is an embracing of the concept that refers to the ability to concentrate on doing specific tasks without distractions. That means you put yourself in a space, you turn your phone on do not disturb, or you simply ignore it. And you say, okay, for the next hour and a half, or whatever, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I'm focused. I'm literally lasered into the things that need to get done. And the longer you make these sessions, the less impactful they are. 2 hours tops. Why? Because there's this thing called decision fatigue. The more you put your time and energy and effort into something, making decisions over the course of time, that you're literally going to be less effective at making the decision, because your brain is actually becoming fatigued the more and more you use it. You have to understand that. That's why it's good to take breaks. It's good to sit up and say every hour and 15 minutes, I'm gonna get up for a 30-minute, 2-minute, whatever break, walk around, stretch, clear my head. You got to let your brain relax. Okay, or what will happen is you'll just start having this accumulation of strain, which turns into stress, because you're just taking on too much. You're getting fatigued and you're frustrated because you can't come up with a solution, or you can't get it figured out, and you don't know why. It's because decision fatigue. So you need that deep work. Say for the next hour and a half, I'm on it. That hour and a half is up. Kill it. Kill it. If you got to come back to it 2 hours later, fine, but you need to make sure you're operating optimally when deep work. Then time management. I'm telling you now, when you're really truly going after something and you're really truly trying to get everything out of your life, you hear me say almost at after almost every video that I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I down eat. What does it mean? I optimize my time in this world. It doesn't mean I work from sun up to sundown. Now, there was a time I was that dude waking up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and going all day. And it darn near killed me. I'll talk about that a little later at another time. But what it means is every minute of my day, there are 86,400 seconds in a day. Most of that, you're going to be sleep. The predominance of that, given the one thing, is going to be sleep. You need that. You need rest and recover in order to be the best version of yourself to get the most out of every day. So then you're down to what? 16 hours. So now what are you going to do with that 16? Well, some of it needs to be spent loving on your family, sharing with others, enjoying yourself. So now you're down what? Maybe 10. That's the grind. That's the thing you commit to. But all of that needs to have meaning. These empty moments don't produce anything, that you're just sitting around wasting away, those times and those days and those seconds never come back. You have 86,400 seconds in a day. What you do and how you invest in those 86.4 is going to determine the outcome of your life. So time management, you need to know what you're going to be doing, when you're going to be doing it. Like when I got on here, I said, okay, I know I had sessions before this. I've got a meeting with the client after this. And I know how long I can go, what I can do, and I'm going to optimize and get the most out of this before I shut down. But there will be little time in my days that's where I'm just sitting around and just out of it. I'll take a power nap to rejuvenate my mind. I will do and I'm gonna talk about this in the next couple seconds, but I go for a walk twice a day. And that's on top of going to the gym. The gym is the workout, but the walk is the clearing of the mind, the activity I need, because I do so much in front of a computer, sitting down, working, typing, writing, researching, all that I do. I have to create activity so that my day isn't sedentary. So that's that. Then eliminate distractions. We talked about that earlier. If you can't ignore your phone, put it on do not disturb. At nighttime, put it on sleep. Um, separate yourself and get yourself to a place where you are limiting your distractions, because life is moving at 100 miles an hour, seems like constantly now, between all the technology, the rise of technology, the pace of life and everything else. There's always something happening: phone ringing, bad news, text messages, all these different things. You got to find a place where you can be, where you're not dealing with those distractions. You got to learn how to kill the noise. If you don't kill the noise is going to drive you crazy. It's going to really truly work against your productivity, and it's going to frustrate you. You've got to be in control of how you move during the day. There's a time to be among the people, and there's a time to be in the midst of the noise. Then there's a time for quiet. Then there's a time for focus. There's a time to deliver it and deep work. And you need to know how your day is set up so that you get the most out of it. Mindfulness and meditation. Spend some time with yourself. Explore opportunities in your mind. Let your imagination take you to places you haven't been. That's where creativity happens. That's where solutions are discovered. When you're sitting up, sometimes you're so immersed in the problem that the solution eludes you. You need to switch that. You need to be solution focused, problem aware, and not the other way around. What does that mean? That means that my focus is on finding the answer to the problem. And I'm aware that the problem exists, but that's not my focus. Because if I'm looking at the problem, all I see is the problem. But if I'm looking for the solution, then I'm looking at everything that passes by and saying, okay, does this work? Will this work? How will this work? And over time, you find the solution. And don't become frenetic and unglued because you're up against the wall, or your back is against the wall, or there's a deadline. Because guess what? The deadline is, when you don't allow the deadline to stress you, it'll keep you focused. It'll keep you grinding. And here's what I can tell you from experience. When you don't hit that deadline, it won't kill you. But what it will make you do is give everything you have. But don't focus on the deadline, because focus on the deadline reminds you of the problem. Focus on the fact that you have something you need to get done, and commit to doing it, and tell yourself, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to figure it out. That's that part. Healthy habits. This is what I'm talking about. Man, 5 heart attacks, March of 2020. 3 months or so short of my 53rd birthday. And bam, here I am. 5 heart attacks over the course of a week. 2 of them major. Had to have surgery. Wasn't open heart, but I had to have a surgical procedure to remove the blockage. But a lot of it was sedentary lifestyle. I went from extremely fit at 47, literally gym rat at 42nd, former athlete. I mean, I've shared the before and afters, to being 200, almost 260 pounds, 258.6 pounds, almost 260 at 5'10", and everything that comes with that. And it almost took me out. But then I had to wake up and realize all the grinding in the world doesn't mean nothing if you're not here to enjoy it. And if you're grinding for your people, you do them no good not being here. So you got to also be healthy. Plus, taking healthy approaches to eating, healthy approaches to activity also improves your mental health. The healthier you are physically, the more healthy you are mentally. The better you eat, the more healthy you are mentally. So it's important to shift and start focusing on how you're taking care of yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Learn to say no. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn, because I'm an empath. I want to fix everything for everybody. I want to be a hero for everything that comes along. And I realized that I can't. That almost killed me. The stress of trying to be the solution to everybody's problem. So what you got to do is you got to sit up and understand what your threshold is. What can you do for what is required? And you have to make up in your mind what you're going to take on and what you're not going to take on. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn was when to say no. But you got to learn to say no. No, I can't do that. No, I won't be able to do that. And you've got to be firm with it. And you've got to believe in the reason why you're saying no. It's not because you want to be mean. It's not because, you're just trying to be a butthole. It's because it's you taking care of yourself and reserving yourself so that you can be a consistent resource to the people who will benefit from you, whether they're paying you or whether it's on your dime or your own investment. And you're going to do both. There are going to be things that people pay you to do because you're good at it and you help them solve their problems one way or another. And then there's going to be things that you sit up and say, man, I'm just going to sow into this person. I'm going to sow into this situation or this organization. And you do those things. But you've got to learn how to say no. Continuous learning. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, actually, who was my adopted father, basically had a 2nd grade education, had to drop out of school in the 2nd grade, 7 years old, go out in the field to help his father, who was a sharecropper. He was born in 1909, and so his father was a sharecropper. And he had to go out in the field and help his father just to make ends meet. But he had a 2nd grade education. But the one thing he would always do is revel in what I was doing academically. But he would sit up and he would tell me, he said, never be the smartest person in the room. The moment that you are the smartest person in the room and you're comfortable with being the smartest person in the room, you stop learning. The way that you win in this world is you continue to learn, you continue to grow, continue learning. Never get to a point where you think you've made it. Never get to the point where no one can tell you anything. Never get to the point that you think you know it all. And the beauty of the thing is every day I wake up knowing I don't know anything. Relatively speaking, with everything there is to know, I know very little. Now I know more than most, but I know very little as it pertains to what's possible to know. And so I wake up every day. And one of the ways that I intentionally grow daily, which is what I promised myself I would grow daily, is I read, I research, I watch, I attend lectures online. When I can attend them in person, I attend them. Why? Because I'm going to learn something every day. Continued learning expands your capacity to be impactful in the world around you. If you're impactful in the world around you, you are setting a standard of your value, of your worth. And in other words, setting the parameters and the capacity for you to generate a living for yourself and to leave an imprint on this world. So it is immensely important. Good morning, Chef CT. It is immensely important to understand the gravity of continued learning. Finally, persistence and resilience. Anybody that knows me knows this is where I hang my hat. Everybody talks about, well, you got this degree, or you've got these many businesses, or you've written this many books, so it's easy for you. What you got to understand, none of that existed when I started. It all exists because of one thing: resilience, persistence, and I'm relentless. It's it. It's that when I make up in my mind to get something, I'm going to get it or I'm going to die trying. Literally, that's it. There's no plan B. There's no give up and, well, it just wasn't meant for me. Maybe it's not God's will. No, I'm going to get it. If I felt that it was important enough for me to commit to, it's important enough for me to finish, I'm going to be resilient, because this is the thing. It's not to the smartest person. It's not to the most resourceful person. It's not to the person with the best connections. You know who it's to? The person who is willing to go the distance. It's that simple. Are you willing to go the distance? Ask yourself the question. That anytime that somebody asks me, hey, do you want to get in on this? Or do you think you can do this? Are you willing to commit to this? The question is, am I willing to go the distance? Is what you're asking me to do deeply rooted enough in my passions that I'm willing to go through all the things that are going to happen to make it challenging to get the final result? If I'm not willing, then I'm not going to commit to it. Because what happens is, the more you commit to things you're not willing to finish, you train yourself to quit. So you start getting to the point, anytime something becomes challenging, you quit. And people, you're looking up, why he keeps starting over? Why she keeps starting over? Because she's trained to quit. Because he's trained himself to quit. So resilience is my thing. Relentless is my one word. If I had to define if I had one word that defines what keeps me winning and keeps me going in life and what has allowed me to achieve the things I'm relentless. I don't gain the knowledge I have without being relentless. I don't write 26 books and publish 26 books, over 1,000 academic articles, over 30,000 prose articles, if I'm not relentless, if I'm not just committed to it. Because there's a bunch of times you're waking up and you're doing this stuff, and there's no darn indication that what you're doing is producing anything. You've got to trust the process. You've got to be relentless. You've got to know that the seeds you're planting are going to produce. They're going to bear fruit. That if you keep going, the law of reciprocity, the law of sowing and reaping, is going to produce for you the harvest that you have planted. And you got to trust it, and you got to keep working it, and you got to go. And most people don't. Most people start the moment that there's some delay. Look, I tell people all the time, look, delay does not mean denial. Oftentimes, delay is the last barrier before the breakthrough. But if you're sitting there and you're looking at it and saying, well, it's not meant to happen. Well, I don't have a time threshold on my dreams and my visions. I don't have that. I have a dream and a vision, and I either get there or I die trying. It's simple. The joy of walking and working out the vision is fulfilling to me. It's not just, hey, look what I got. The path of getting there, the challenges of doing it, those are the wins that really excite me. And you got to learn how to celebrate those steps. That's why you find it hard to hang on, is because all you can see how far you're away. No, I don't look at how far I'm away from the goal. I look at how far I'm away from where I started. I'm measuring the distance I've traveled, not the distance I have to go. Because if I've traveled the distance, it tells me I'm moving closer. And if I'm moving closer, I'm winning. Look, I've got to get ready to get off of here, prepare for this meeting. But you guys, I hope that you take this. Maybe you'll rewatch it, maybe you'll share it or whatever. But these 10 principles, practice, habits should be daily. These will be things you implement into your life daily. I wrote them, at least the basics of them in there. If you want to hear, you can replay this out. But again, oh man, I've got so much stuff over here. Oh, don't forget, if you are a person that has struggled to get things done and you can't see it, you may need a plan. Check out that uh, personalized 6-month growth plan. I designed the system that this plan is built on. My team is building it for you, but I designed the system. It's 20 questions you answer. It's a DISC assessment and a personality assessment. And we create a 6-month personalized plan for you that will take you from point A to point B and get you started on your journey to success. Most people are failing because they don't have a plan. I've created a system that gives you a plan. This plan is invaluable, but you can get it for $99. It's a 6-month, step-by-step, week-by-week plan to get you to a place where you are living in a more fulfilled state. But this is the big one, the 7-day online business launch course. I've been telling you guys for almost 2 years now that if you don't have a minimum of 2 streams of income that hedge your primary source of income, or that you can transition into your primary source of income, you are playing and gambling with your financial future and financial stability in the future. The 7-day online business launch course is literally the blueprint that I have used to create online revenue streams over the last 13 plus years, multiple streams, well over 20, going into 30, legitimate, long lasting streams, and a bunch of other one-offers that I did along the way, not to mention how many people I've helped do it. So this is a thing that works. Not only are you going to get the 7-day online business launch course, which in and of itself is going to pay for itself over and over again. You're going to get the Mind Unleashed course. This is going to determine your success. You can have the best plan in the world. You can have all the resources in the world. If this ain't right, you'll screw it up. You see it all the time. People win the lotto. Why do they lose it? Mind not right. Wrong mindset. Poverty mindset can never produce wealth, no matter how much of a jump start you get. Wealth mindset, take everything away, still get it back. Why? Different way of thinking. Same thing about success and everything else you're going to envision in life. So you get that. Here's the big one. The 18-month Legacy Wealth Path to Generational Wealth course. This is a $2,600 course. It's 18 months. It is comprehensive wealth building from A to Z. And I'm giving it to you free if you sign up for the 7-day online business launch course today. It has to be 11:59 p.m. tonight. You're going to get the personalized 6-month business plan I just mentioned, which is a $99 value, free. You're going to get 2 intensive transformational sessions to sit down with yours truly. These intensives are just that. These are intensive sessions that break down, identify all the things that's blocking you, come up with a plan, create the plan, and put you on your way. You're going to get 2 of these, and that's $500 each. You're going to get them for free. So you're going to get all that free. If I want people with this online thing, because I know what's coming and I'm trying to get people on there. So that's why I'm stacking and loading so much value into this, because I want you to sign up and take this course. It's an online course, self-paced, supported. So you can email my team. And if it's something that they can't answer, they will forward it to me and I'll actually respond. Because I designed it. I'm the one that made it. I'm the one that lived it. I'm the one that has tested, I'm the case study that proves it works. For 13 plus years online, I've generated and created the vast predominance of my revenue streams on the front end. Now, what I do on the back end may be different, but what I do to generate the revenue initially starts online, and I want to show you how to do that. Here it is. It's here. You jump on it. 7-day online business launch course, plus all the bonuses. They are listed in the description box. Again, the Mind Unleashed course, that's a $599 course. The 18-month Path to Generational Wealth course, that's a $2,600 course. The personalized 6-month plan, that's a $99 plan. That's worth way more than that. That plan actually does cost more to give you than the $99 you're paying. That's an investment in the future of my business, believing that I'm creating more viable clients in the future. This is a 6-month personalized plan. Nobody's going to have your plan but you. That's what personalized means. It means that we're literally going to take those 20 questions, your personal DISC assessment, your personality assessment, and we're going to create a plan specifically for you, designed specifically for your goals, where you started, your background, your strengths, your weakness, everything considered, and give it to you so that you can walk it out. So you got to know it costs more than 99, but I'm investing in building this and giving it because I know what it'll produce in the future. And I think that's so important. So again, this is your chance to have all of this and the 2 sessions with dude right here. I promise you, if you've ever sat down with me, then you know. If you've watched enough of my videos, you'd have slight idea. I do what I do. I'm good at what I do. There's a reason why I've been able to do this for the amount of time I've been able to do it. I'm good at it and I want to help you, but you've got to be willing to invest in yourself. It's that simple. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here and get ready for this meeting that starts in a few. You guys, thank you. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I'm challenging you to do the same thing. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable weekend.